Here we are, welcome to our free camp. This is where we camped last night, just in this little camp, which is just across the road from the Adcock Road turn-off. So straight across the Gibb River Road. There's just this little area they've pushed out. Probably room in here for 10 or 12 different camps. We ended up camping in here last night with the people we met up at Adcock Gorge yesterday afternoon. Another family and another couple, which was nice. How to reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. This morning we're just gonna have a bit of a rest day, I think. We're going to shift down the road a little bit further, go for a little bit of a drive and camp up at a creek that we've heard about. You can swim there as well, which will be handy, be nice. So probably going to sit there this afternoon and chill out, and then yeah, make a plan from there. Bell Gorge is probably coming up soon, probably the next thing we'll check out. Anyway, we're going to jump in the car, make some tracks. Let's do it. Little sort of sealed section. It's not actually sealed, it's like a clay seal, but it's nice, smooth, no corrugations, no dust. It's nice. It's a weird seal though. It's like a clay seal, I guess you'd call it. Still is dirt, it's not bitumen, but it's almost as good as. I think the whole drive, it's sort of surprising me how scenic it is. Like, it's quite, yeah, there's quite a lot of mountain ranges and, I don't know, just lots of creeks and, what do you reckon?
It's nothing like what I was expecting at all. Like, I think in my head I had something similar to the Plenty Highway, just one dirt straight road of corrugations with massive plains of open space with giant boabs, and yeah, it's a lot of shrubs, there's a lot of these small trees, it's a lot of mountain ranges, and
very varied.
It's varied, it's hard to show. Like, up in the distance, I don't know if it'll show very well, but there's this beautiful mountain range, and it's, you know, pink, yellow, green, and then pink again at the top. It's really beautiful, but it's not what I was expecting. I think in my head it was open, wide open spaces with giant boabs. And maybe there will be further along, but yeah, it certainly hasn't been like that since we've been on it. It's pretty much in the, like, this range that we're in now, which is the Leopold Ranges. It's been the first time coming from the Kununurra side that we've seen decent sized boabs, but they've all sort of been hidden in and amongst other trees, so they haven't been standalone giants that I'm hoping to get a photo of.
Yeah, so we just pulled into Dog Chain Creek, little free camp here. It looks alright, it's not very big and you can't get too far off the road, but you've got this beautiful little creek you can swim in even late in the season like this. It's good swimming in there. It's probably about waist deep for most of it. So great swimming for the kids and that. Yeah, it's probably going to hang out here for a couple of nights. We'll use this as a base camp to shoot back up to Bell Gorge. We sort of drove past Bell Gorge, because we didn't want to drag the van up there and back because we weren't going to camp up there. So yeah, there is a national park campground halfway up there called Silent Grove, but yeah, by all reports it's not a great camping area, and you got to pay fees there, so you might as well come down here and free camp and you can have a swim and be on the water, I reckon. But it's a bit unpleasant at the moment with this wind, but I'm hoping this wind will drop off, and yeah, it should be a nice little spot to spend a couple of nights. But
I think I'll go for a dip a bit later. It looks good. Hopefully this wind dies down though. Wind is my least favourite weather.
Yeah, so I think we'll just chill out here today, and then we'll tomorrow morning we'll get up, go explore Bell Gorge and have a look around up there. We've heard it's really nice up there.
It's sticking into the ground.
It's definitely worth it if you've got hard rocky ground like this to have these screw pegs. These are only just cheap ones, but yeah, I think they're good. That's not going anywhere.
That's famous last words.
Might just sneak across here, right?
I think so. It might be shoes off time.
No, we might be able to skirt around the rocks here.
I can see a sign on you. It would be a good way to get across.
This is, yeah, a little bit gnarly, but it's all right. I've done like 2 yoga sessions in the last 6 months. Should be good. Balance has improved. More yoga is needed, I think. No, we'll take it off when we get to We made it to Bell Gorge.
Well, yeah, that was a pretty gnarly little climb in, but
It's
an impressive waterfall. Like, it's one of the, probably this late in the season, it's got to be the waterfall with the most water going over it
Absolutely,
that we've seen. So yeah, it's impressive.
When you walk in, it's pretty easy to get to the top of the waterfall. It's nice and sandy at the top there, nice shallow spots for the kids. And then there's a grade 5 track to get to the bottom of the waterfall here, which was the gnarly bit. And it's beautiful here, but we've also heard from other travellers that if you keep going even further, there's another waterfall that's pretty hard to get to. So
Well, you get to the top of another waterfall, and you can't go any further down the gorge, or not easily anyway. So
I'm going to send Simon as a guinea pig.
I might go for a bit of a recce, go for an explore and see what it looks like, see if it's worth trying to push on and get the kids down there, or if this is sort of a better spot to hang out. So we're in a nice little shady spot here under the ledge of the gorge, and yeah.
I'm going to chill out here with the kids for a little bit and just relax.
All right, we're going to keep an eye on these kids before they slip over and have an accident, or they're sliding down the rock.
Oh my gosh. Look at this. Haven't seen a slippery dip. They haven't seen a slippery dip for a while.
Like a dog with worms.
Oh, stop it. They're not like a dog with worms.
Sliding down, scratching their ass.
Oh dear.
just going to walk down and try and get into this next sort of drop off just here, and see what I can find. But yeah, pretty awesome little gorge. I hope you can see down there far enough, but I'll get down a bit closer and might be able to see a bit better. It might be hard to see on camera, but these rocks are so smooth. Any little bit of water on them, especially with the shiny ones, any little bit of water on them, they're super slippery. Now watch your step. I think that was worth the walk. I don't know. I don't think we'll worry about bringing the kids down here. It's not that much different to up where we are swimming. Probably safer where we are. It's not as slippery up where we're swimming, closer to the main falls, but definitely worth coming down for an explore. It's an impressive waterfall. Just got to climb out of here now and swim back to Liz and the kids.
Pretty happy my husband made it back. That's a relief.
Surprise! She was stressing.
I was.
Stressing. She was sending out the search party. She was up. I could see her up on the outcrop looking out for me.
I gave you about an hour.
I wasn't in it. Wasn't it?
Felt like 3.
50 minutes max. All right, we've had a good swim, had a good play around here. Beautiful little gorge, lovely waterfall. What more could you ask for? Very Kimberley-esque, I think. Very
Kimberley-esque.
Very much what you expect to find in the Kimberley.
Would adjust the straps on.
Definitely one of the bigger waterfalls we've seen. Great swimming. Yeah, it's very slippery around here though. A lot of slippery rocks, but you got to sort of keep your eye on the kids.
And it's covered in moss. Like, it honestly looks like people trying to walk on ice.
Yeah, in the water it's super slippery. I did speak about it, but
okay.
Yeah.
Even the fit people looked like
everyone's struggling, not just the
not just us.
the uncos like us. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to walk back up now, just to the top of the waterfall. You got to walk up and around this gorge, but there's a bit of an area up there that might be a bit better for the kids just to have a bit of a play. We'll use it as a rest stop halfway, have a quick swim, have some lunch probably, and
it's
and
nice
start
to come down
trekking
here.
out. Big walk up now. I got James on my back. Liz wasn't too confident on her feet. Well, not there's anything wrong with her feet, but she wasn't too confident walking in, so I'm going to walk us out.
Yeah, just to the grade 5. Alright, time to hike out of here and back to the caravan. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Kimberley Road.
A Kimberley Rose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just saw the ranger coming out of Bell Gorge there, and thought I'd stop and check what that snake was that I saw at Galvin's Gorge the other day. And he didn't know off the top of his head, but he had a little book with him. He looked it up in that, and it looks like it's probably a taipan. was what. Yeah. So he said at first glance he thought it might have been a whip snake, but it didn't quite look like a whip snake. And he said whip snakes are pretty quick to disappear once you see them. Like, they don't hang around. And this snake was definitely sort of sussing me out and coming towards me, and he wasn't in a hurry to get away from me. So yeah, by the look of the shape of the head and everything, it was probably a taipan. So yeah, glad I kept my distance from that one anyway. It also makes me think we should get that bloody snake bite kit that we carry around with us and put it in the bag instead of, I mean, it's good that it's in the car, but it needs to be in our day pack. Probably this EPIRB thing too, just called.
Yeah.
Good morning from Windjana Gorge. So we've driven about an hour and a half this morning from where we were camping at Dogchain Creek the last couple of days. And just cruised up to Windjana, which is going to be our last stop, I think, on the Gibb. Yeah, not a bad little drive. So the Windjana is about 20 k's south of the Gibb. On the road, there's a road that goes between the Gibb River Road and goes all the way down to Halls Creek. South of here as well is Tunnel Creek, but unfortunately at the moment it's closed. Rumour is due to a rockfall or something to do with an imminent rockfall or a rockfall, something like that. And it's been closed for quite some time for most of the season. So yeah, we're going to have to miss that one this time, but if it was open I'd be tempted to even continue through and go to Halls Creek and and go and check out Geeky Gorge and a few things down there. But we might save that for another trip, I think. We're just going to have a quick snack here, go in and have a look at Windjana Gorge here, hoping to see some crocs. Apparently there's heaps of freshwater crocs in here, and then we'll jump back in the car and go find camp somewhere. Sometimes when supplies are running low, it drives ingenuity and creativity. This has been my little creation lately. 10 pineapple, cheese, or in this case cottage cheese, and salami on a wrap or a crusket like this. Don't judge it till you tried it. It's like a little mini pizza. It's delicious. And I think especially when you haven't had much fresh fruit for a few days, because we've run out of fresh fruit, the pineapple, been in the fridge too, it's just delicious. Refreshing. How is it, boys?
We're having banana cheese.
And dried banana, yeah. How is it, darling?
Yeah, it's pretty good. End of the Gibb, running low on supplies, like Simon said. Tasty though. I reckon beetroot would go well as well. Beetroot would be just as good if you didn't have pineapple. Smack!
Holy March flies, they're everywhere. This is what we're dealing with today. Little James was up a little bit early this morning. A little bit earlier than what he probably should have been. And he's feeling a bit tired, so.
Time to have a rest on Mummy's back, I think. She's going to get her shoes on, grab the backpack, go for a walk. This place is insane. It just pops up out of, like, it's so flat, and then there's just this mountain formation. It's just crazy. It's just so staggering. All right, let's go, I'll show you. I can't quite put my finger on what it feels like, but it feels like cold, lumpy marble, just with a bit of grit on it.
So these limestone formations we're walking through were formed about 350 million years ago when the area was covered by a shallow sea. If you spend a little bit of time exploring up in the formations, you can see fossils and other remnants and clues.
Every traveller we have met that's been to Windjana Gorge has told us there are so many freshwater crocodiles, it's almost like you have to kick them out of the way. We are yet to see one. See everything. Can you see crocodiles? Oh, hang on. Simon said he's found some. Thank goodness.
Croc just there swimming. Lots of crocs on the island there.
The march flies here are next level. After 3 weeks on the Gibb, I've got pretty good at giving them a good old smack. But it is difficult to film and swat them at the same time. So if you just see the camera launch itself sideways, just think it was a marchie. I don't know, but it's beautiful in here. We've seen our little freshwater crocodiles. We've seen some fossils. We've probably only done a kilometre at best. We're going to call it. Grab a couple of photos and yeah, we're done. Yeah, this is, it's beautiful, but at the moment it's just really unpleasant. It's just us smacking our legs. Yeah, sorry mate. All right, let's get going.
Do you want a drink, James? Anyway, we we'll let them win that round. It's pretty hot today anyway, and wasn't keen to swim with the Crocs, so I think we'll jump back in the aircon and punch out some Ks towards the coast. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon. Look at Harrison. I've never seen him run back in the car so quickly.
Harrison's charging away. He's bugger this. I'm out of here. I'm going to get in the car when there's no more flies. I was just getting the real story on why Tunnel Creek's closed.
Oh.
And I'm just going to turn this down a bit. It might be a bit under here. Yeah, I was just talking to the ranger. I always like talking to the rangers when you see them. I think, yeah.
What's the real story?
Yeah, so the real reason, because we've heard a lot of rumours why Tunnel Creek's closed and how long it's going to be closed for, and why we keep getting told it might open, and other people say no chance. So, over the entrance to Tunnel Creek, there's a big rock, about half the size of our car, but then on top of that, there's another rock that's leaning against it, and he said they were there, and there's been like a hairline crack in that rock, potentially for a long time, but they've been monitoring it, and he said they went and there was about a matchstick width, like in this crack.
Yeah.
And then they went back 4 days later and it was 15 centimetres wide, the crack in the rock. And he said the rock would weigh probably 50 or 60 tonnes. If it comes down, it'll block the entrance. And he said they wouldn't be able to move it with machinery or anything, they'd have to blast in. So if people get trapped in there or got crushed under the rock if it fell, it'd be a major deal. So they made the call. He said they didn't, he's an Indigenous guy, local guy, ranger, and he said that I think they were hesitant to close it because it's obviously a significant visit, like place for tourists to visit. But he said he just didn't want that on his hands, and fair enough.
That, yeah.
No, he said and so they got the reason it's sort of on again, off again, whether it's opening. They're just waiting on these guys to get out here, and they keep saying they're coming and then postponing or whatever. So. Yeah, anyway, that's the reason it's shut. I also asked him about drones because we want to fly, and he said definitely no drones in here. He said too many people doing the wrong thing, like annoying the crocodiles with them and flying up into the bird caves and birds' nests and stuff with them. And he said there are some culturally significant sites further up the gorge that they don't want drones up near, which we 100% respect that. So I just checked with him. I wanted to make sure we were doing the right thing, so I just checked with him where we can and can't fly them. He said no, we're in the park, but he told me where the park boundary is and said we're welcome to fly it once we're outside the park. So he was really understanding about it, which was good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I got to say, and we hit the ranger up at Bell Gorge the other day about identifying this snake and asking him about the bell carving in the boab tree.
They're always so informative.
Any park, doesn't matter where you are. I reckon if you see the ranger, pull him up, have a chat, especially if you've got any questions. From our experience, even if they don't have the answer, they go out of their way to try and find out for you. So, definitely use the rangers as part of the resource. If you're visiting a park or anywhere around, that's part of their job, and I think they enjoy that part of the job, is helping visitors out, understand a bit more about the place they're looking at. So anyway, he also told me that the park's been extended fairly recently, that the Indigenous people that had the land ownership here donated some of the land back to
the park.
Back to the park to expand the park. And I guess maybe them managing the park as part of that arrangement. But yeah, so the park goes all the way now from here right down to Tunnel Creek and beyond. So it's quite a big park, whereas it used to only be around here and around Tunnel Creek.
Yeah,
they've now joined it up to be one big area. So
which must make logistics and stuff easier.
I'd guess so. Yeah.
Permission to cross.
Alrighty, well that'll do us. We're going to hit the road and see where we end up.
No worries, I'm going to knock this big girl into sports mode and
get
out of her. Get us out of here.
Kick this big girl in the guts and get her fired up and get her on the road, eh?
Caught behind Venetian blinds, for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep.
Hi, is that filming? But I can't see it.
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off.
They're big reds. Big buck ones too. I can see their bits from here. I felt a bit rude looking at them.
It's S for slow, not for sport.
Is it really? No. I know.
Right, hey, good one. Let's do it.
No, I'm just going to knock this into sport mode and off we go.
I have to repeat everything I... Yes.
Sorry. Is that better? Nice and shiny now.